Hey everyone, and welcome to a new week of Force of Will news. And if you guys, before we get into the news, if you prefer a written version of the news for whatever reason, I'll have a link in the description below for our website where we have the written version of it, or if it's easier for you to share different places and all that, just so you guys know. So we have a couple things to go over this week, so we'll get right into it. First of which is the second booster box coming out for Raid Cluster, which is called Advent of the Demon King. They released the playmat and promo card that's going to be coming with the pre-release kits. So it's pretty exciting. You can see here what the playmat and the promo looks like. It's pretty actually cool looking. I'm really excited for it. And as you can see, they're continuing with their trend of reprinting the main cards from Vingo 3, the really playable ones that people are actually using in their decks and so forth. So it's really cool to see that they're just going to keep continuing that trend. They also released the images for the playmat and the promo for when you buy booster boxes. So when you buy a single booster box, you get a promo, and when you buy 3 booster boxes, you get the playmat. So those are those right there. It's pretty awesome, especially the sprinting horse is really badass artwork. And as you can see on the playmat, they're using the starter deck rulers similar to what they did in Lapis Cluster. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that as well. Next, this past Friday, Caster Chronicles was released. In case you missed it, it's pretty cool. We opened a couple booster boxes. We'll have video for that later this week, or maybe later today. I don't know. At some point we'll have that. We got our product a bit late, unfortunately, but it's pretty cool. The card quality is really nice that we've seen. They have texturing for the cards. They have some cool different tiers of rarity inside of the booster boxes. Even the starter decks come with 3 texture cards inside of them, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, we'll have more videos, of course, coming out for Caster Chronicles, so keep an eye out for that. If you're curious about the game itself, well, we did some how-to videos, as well as we already have the gameplay video up, so I'll have links for that in the description unless I totally forget, in which case my bad. And moving on to the next thing, so Willpower Rewards. So I've been seeing a lot, especially in the US group, about asking when Willpower Rewards be released and different things like that. So a couple of important things to note. First, we looked back at when Oscar posted his first video of getting the Willpower Rewards, and he posted that on October 29th, I believe it was, 28th or 29th. And he had gotten his Willpower Rewards like a day or two before that. So that's just one important thing to note. We didn't even begin starting to get the Willpower Rewards until the end of October. And people kept getting them through November and different things like that. So I see a lot of people freaking out asking where the rewards are at. We're not even to the point where we have received them last year. So it's just something to keep in mind, sort of calm down. I'd assume that the Willpower Rewards are going to be delayed a bit, or might take a bit longer. So I would expect them sort of mid to late November, maybe December, somewhere around there, just because of the changing with Jordan and just less communication, different things like that. I feel like we might get them a little bit later than usual, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. Another cool thing was the Italy GP was announced. So this is going to be the very first GP of the entire Force of Will season right now. So that's going to be on December 7th and 8th. And so that's going to be pretty exciting. It'll be our first chance to see, at least in the GP field, what types of decks there are and different things like that. And it's sort of the normal rules where first place, gets the invite to Worlds, and based on the amount of participants, more people will get invites to Worlds and so forth. So that'll be pretty cool, something to look forward to in the future. There should be some ARGs, I think, before that, but this will be the first official GP. So another cool thing to look forward to for you guys personally to engage in if you're wanting to do sort of tournaments and stuff in the meantime is jruler.net is hosting one of their Pauper tournaments that's coming up this November 19th, which is a Sunday. So if you guys want more information on that, you can go to j-ruler.net, and those are going to be a lot of fun. I unfortunately won't be at this one because I'll be on vacation in California across the country, so I won't be in this one, but hopefully I'll be in the next one. But I think it's really important as a community we join in these types of tournaments. They're a lot of fun and help build up the community, especially online, being able to meet different people and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and Pauper is a really fun, interesting format, I think, so if you want to try something different as well. And lastly, in case you guys haven't seen, and if you haven't seen it, you'll see it shortly when we open up our booster boxes, but each of the packs in Caster Chronicles comes with the rewards card. So it's nice to get confirmation of that. They're sort of a thing that they were in there, and then there was a box opening where they weren't in there, but we got final confirmation that they are in there. It will be interesting going forward seeing how they handle this. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's the exact same code card instead of the Force of Will packs. So when you scan it in, it doesn't distinguish Caster Chronicles from Force of Will. So I'm curious how the rewards will be done going forward next year. If it's going to be a hybrid of Casters and Force of Will, if there'll be an option for you to choose which one you'd prefer or what have you, because there's going to be majority of people who only play one or the other, not people who hybrid with both. So I'm curious how they're going to handle rewards going forward, or if they'll just switch to sort of generic stuff like Force of Will, merchandise type of thing. So we'll see how that is, but just something to look into going forward. But yeah, so that's all the news for this week. We have a lot of cool stuff coming forward for the channel, obviously, that I keep announcing that we just keep getting busy and getting into. But if you want to find out about some of this stuff, you can go on our Discord or join our Patreon. We announce and ask you guys questions on our Patreon directly about things you want to see on the channel. And for example of this, we're trying to put together our podcast. It's okay, dog. And so we're asking people suggestions on what they'd like to see from a podcast that's sort of different and unique. So yeah, and make sure you do that and subscribe for more news and different things like that. And we'll see you guys next time.